Worcester News tonight. Last-minute shoppers flood the Solomon Pond Mall Friday before the big holiday. And for some, waiting to shop is a tradition. Plus, a new police chief takes over in Webster. What he says his goals are as head of the department. But first, we begin with the damage caused by heavy rain and wind Friday. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brittany Schaefer. The first day of winter seeing record high temperatures in the city, also causing some issues in central Massachusetts. Upton Emergency Management tweeting this photo of a downed tree on Chestnut Street. West Brookfield also facing similar issues with a tree fallen on power lines between Cutler and Clearview Drive. Now let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Kelly for a quick look at our forecast.
It was some day today. We had the winter solstice. We had more than 2 inches of rain, wind gusts past 55 miles an hour, and record warmth. The final number not quite in yet, 61, 62. Either way, the old record was in the 50s from 1957 and other years. A little bit of snow near Winnipeg tonight. That's a little hope for a possible white Christmas. Batches of rain, not quite done. The heaviest of the rain has pushed off to the east. A few spots did get close to 3 inches of rain. So there it is now, mostly over the water and over Cape Cod. Here we are, falling in through the 50s, but not very quickly. It's mild tonight, and there are still some raindrops and deep puddles, so you need a hat, a light jacket, and something to keep the feet dry as the puddles are deep and it's squishy out there. Here's the wake-up weather. Tomorrow morning, it's still 45 to 50. There goes a cold front. And then we get another shower, and then the sun comes out, and the temperature falls into the 30s during the afternoon, and it's going to become more windy tomorrow, and then there's a freeze tomorrow night, and a little bit of snow possible Monday. Details in a few minutes.
Christmas is 4 days away, and for those who like to procrastinate, now is the time to squeeze in some last-minute holiday shopping. The Solomon Pond Mall was full of shoppers Friday. That's where we'll find our Chandler Walsh. She joins us live now from Marlborough with the details. Chandler?
Brittany, you may be able to see there's a steady flow of shoppers around me. Many are carrying multiple bags and sporting determined faces as they search for those perfect gifts on a time crunch. The hunt is on for last-minute gifts.
The parking lot's jammed, all good problems to have this time of year. It's just been fun.
I like the craziness of it and trying to find a bargain.
Solomon Pond Mall is busy with shoppers these last few days before Christmas. Marketing Director Matthew Dyer says they've extended their hours to keep up with shopper demand.
We want to give our shoppers the opportunity to get as much shopping in as they can. You know, everyone has busy schedules and needs to get out at certain times of the day, so we just try and accommodate our customers as best we can.
Leah Piccarelli and Cheryl Groh stopped by the mall Friday to buy presents for nieces and nephews and also picked up fun gifts for a Yankee swap.
You don't see David Bowie calendars every day.
They say the bulk of their shopping is done, but are making some final purchases and hope to finish before the weekend.
Leah had today off, I took today off, and let's just make a day of it and just take our time and
Poke around and see what we come up with.
It's a family affair for the Aguines. They're happy to be spending a rainy day surrounded by holiday spirit.
We flew in from Michigan a couple days ago, and we have family here, so we didn't want to fly with gifts, so now we're out shopping.
Dyer says a benefit to last-minute purchases, several stores at the mall are also having holiday sales. He says the lines, especially to see Santa, are long this year.
You're seeing it late in the season, and it's people having fun and making new holiday traditions.
The mall is extending hours this weekend. They'll be opening at 8 a.m. and closing at 11 p.m. And Brittany, I may be back myself. A little secret, I haven't even started my shopping. Live in Marlborough, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Best of luck, Chandler. I have full faith in you that you'll get those proper gifts. Well, the holidays are typically full of large meals and decorations, but local veterinarians say it can be a dangerous time for pets. Tufts Cummings School of Veterinary Medicine says the holidays are one of the busiest times of the year for their emergency department. Dr. Jonathan Babiak says cats or dogs eating chocolate is common around the holidays, but can be dangerous for the animals. He also says keeping a close eye on pets around Christmas decorations is important.
Their owners may be distracted, pets are more likely to get into things, or there's just more fun things hanging around the house to explore. Christmas decorations like ornaments or garlands or tinsel or all those sorts of things can be ingested by dogs and cats. In fact, just last week we had a cat who came in with the metal hook of a ornament stuck in the back of their throat.
And Dr. Babiak says that cat is doing okay. He says if you believe your pet has eaten something it shouldn't, they are open through the holidays. This Christmas may be a tougher one for some National Grid workers. It's been about 6 months since 1,250 local National Grid workers have been locked out. The lockout came after the company and union couldn't come to an agreement on future employee benefits. Paul Safaro has worked for National Grid for 30 years and is among those left without a salary and health care.
2 years ago, had a heart stent put in and have been well afterwards, but I had to cancel doctor visit with my cardiologist after we were locked out. But there's many people out there who have much worse, spouses and kids with cancer, and it's been a scramble.
Sunrise Detox in Millbury made a donation to workers for the holidays and encourages others to do the same.
I think that we all need to look outside ourselves and remember that there are other people out there in need.
A bill to extend unemployment benefits for locked out workers 26 weeks or more until the lockout has ended has just passed the Senate. It will now go to the House. The town of Webster is getting a new police chief. Michael Shaw has been with the department for decades and says he's excited for the next step in his career. Our Rosalind Flaherty spoke with him today. She has more. Rosalind?
Brittany, Shaw started his career in the late 90s and has watched the department grow, and he wants to keep the momentum going. Webster Police is the only department Deputy Chief Michael Shaw has worked for. In January, he will become the new chief.
I'm excited, but I'm also nervous at the same time because obviously, everyone's expectations are high, and as well they should be. So you obviously want to fulfill those.
Current Chief Timothy Bent is retiring after 13 years in the position.
He really brought us through from where we were. We were kind of in a really bad spot as far as an organization when he took over, and then under his leadership and guidance, we were able to really come to where we are today, which I think is one of the best departments in Central Mass.
Town Administrator Doug Willardson says they went through an assessment center to choose a new chief, and Shaw came out on top.
He's dedicated to this community and wants to do a good job and make it a better and safer place.
Shaw became a patrolman in May of 1997 and says he took the promotions as they came. He wants the department to keep moving forward and keep their staffing levels up.
We're finishing up some procedures and hiring full-time people to get our full-time patrol officers complement where it needs to be. And then we're going to look at expanding some of our internal departments like our detective bureau.
He says the department has a great relationship with the Board of Health, Fire, and Building Department. He wants to see it continue so they can tackle problem properties in town to ensure safety.
Trying to go after some of these properties and the people that own them, the landlords that allow people to live there in somewhat deplorable conditions, and to hold them responsible.
The current chief's last day is on January 12th. Shaw will start the day after. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
1 year ago today, Worcester EMS paramedics delivered a baby boy before the mother could even get to the hospital. Friday, the family and paramedics saw each other for the first time since then. Our Olivia Lemon has the details. Olivia?
Brittany, the two paramedics were dispatched to the De Silva home for reports of a woman in imminent labor. They say they respond to calls like this all the time and are usually able to get the mom to the hospital before delivery, but say they realized as soon as they arrived that wouldn't be the case this time. A happy reunion for Joshua De Silva's first birthday. Worcester EMS paramedic Sean Doherty and Andrew Person delivered Joshua 1 year ago today.
It's cool. He definitely looks a lot different than the last time I saw him. He looks a lot warmer, that's for sure.
Joshua's mom, Leonie, says her older son Isaac's delivery was almost 12 hours. So when she realized Joshua was coming much quicker, her husband called 911 right away.
They told him that he was going to have to do labor, so I started screaming, and then he started screaming, so we had to call my sister-in-law, and she helped us until the EMTs arrived.
The two paramedics say Joshua's umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck, but they were able to act quickly and save the baby.
Joshua did great after that. Started crying immediately, and it was just a nice, easy ride to the hospital.
It was emotional. It was like a happy moment. Like when you give birth, you just see like that little bundle of joy.
Leonie wanted to thank the first responders who brought her youngest into the world.
They were super professional, and they did a great job in keeping myself calm and my husband, he was freaking out too. So I just wanted to thank them as much as I could.
The paramedics even gave Joshua a toy medical kit in case he ever decides to join their profession.
Brought him a medical kit, actually, that we picked up on the way here. We were trying to find the ideal present, and this seemed to be the best one.
Now, Joshua seemed pretty comfortable around the paramedics. It was almost as if he knew them since the day he was born. His mom even invited the two to his birthday party this afternoon. Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
As 2019 approaches, City Manager Edward Augustus says 2018 was a great year for the City of Worcester. Augustus highlights the announcement of the Paw Sox move and economic development as two of the high points. The city also announced they will build a new ballpark for the Paw Sox, and opening day will take place in April of 2021. He says the city, however, is ending on a sad note with the tragic death of fallen Worcester firefighter Christopher Roy. After a lot of announcements in Worcester this year, Augustus says 2019 should be very busy.
Get the design of the ballpark done. We have to break ground and begin the site preparations for the ballpark and the development across the street. On a city front, we're starting a major renovation at the Worcester Public Library. Major renovations at our senior center will be taking place. South High School is under construction, and we're designing a new Doherty High School. So there's an awful lot on our plate as a city.
Augustus says there will be numerous parks projects taking place all over the city. He feels Worcester has great momentum moving forward.